I am a fourth grade teacher, and I'm joined by Ms. Kate May, a first grade teacher at Dorsey Elementary. Today we're going to get started talking about rediscovering. I'm joined by Ms. Kate May, a first grade teacher at Test 1, 2, Test 1, 2.
Now it's delayed.
It is delayed. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So now let's start it again. Take 3. So I'm Frank Garza. I'm a fourth grade teacher here at Stedham Elementary. I'm joined by Ms. Kate May, a first grade teacher at Dorsey Elementary. And we're going to be talking about rediscovering discovery education. Some of you haven't used it before, but there have been some updates. So let's look at those now. Okay, so to begin, you will have to, of course, log into Discovery Education through your Ready Hub. As you may be aware, students are able to create their own digital boards, but this has gotten a lot better with the latest update. Now students can collaborate on the same digital board. And here's how to get your classes started. Of course, you want to log in through your Ready Hub, sign into Discovery Education from GISD Ready Hub. Make sure you have your students as well to log in through the Ready Hub, either at school or at home. Once you log in, from the home screen on the left-hand side, you will see the features of Discovery Education. Please scroll down to the studio little light bulb icon to begin. It will then take you to this screen right here, the home screen of your studio board. You will see any boards that you have joined yourself that are published for anyone who has a Discovery Education login to view, or you can make an assignment. To begin, let's go ahead and create by clicking on the blue Let's Create button. Next, you'll have to give your board a name. If you have multiple classes, you can just say this is my first morning math class, evening math class, or different subjects. Once you type in a name for your board, then the blue button at the bottom, well, it's gray right now, but it says choose a theme and template will be changed to and highlighted blue. So I'm going to put down Rediscover Discovery Education because that's what we're talking about, and see how it changed from gray to blue. Now you can choose a theme and a template. Here are your choices. Select any one of these colors, and then they have pre-made formats or layouts to get you started right away. Find the one that you need that will serve the needs of your students and the lesson you're trying to get across, and then click the blue button to start creating. So we're going to go with the lackluster color, click on the school event layout, and then start creating. On the home page of your now digital board that you're going to be sharing and collaborating with, at the very top right-hand side, you're going to see these few icons. You want to click on the share button, the square with the upward arrow, to invite collaborators. Here you can give them the link to the board, or I found a lot easier way to do it than just inviting the collaborators. What you can do is, if you see right underneath it, it says assign or distribute. You can actually assign a digital board to your class. So all they have to do is simply log in and they have access to it. Here's how that works. When you go to assign and distribute, make sure that you select the edit to allow students to edit and make changes on their digital boards. If you want them to use the chat room feature that's available on there, it does save any kind of messages students have between one another, so they are good digital citizenship. And you can make the assignment, you can have it due at a certain time, certain day, or you can edit and customize it to what you need. Next, it's time to find the students. In my class, I have groups of students, so I would use the groups and select those few students and create digital boards, different ones for each group, or you can assign it to your whole class, whatever works for you. We'll just simply check the box on the right-hand side, it'll turn green. Or you can create groups. Like I said, I do the groups, whatever works for you in your class. And then assign the board to that specific group or those specific students. Then it'll show you a snapshot of who has access to the assignment. When your students log into Discovery Education through GISD Ready Hub, make sure they go to their assignments page. This is going to be on their desktop home screen. As soon as they log into Discovery Education, it'll say assignments. They need to click on that. But I found this out before they click on the assignment. Make sure that they go to their notifications. They have to go to their notifications to accept the assignment. Here's the notifications. It lets them know, hey, somebody just sent you an invitation to work and collaborate on this board. They simply just need to click the join button. Once they do that, then they can go ahead and start their assignment. This is also very important to note. Notice that we have a little magic wand here and a small eye. So for students to edit any kind of page on the digital board, they have to click on the edit mode in order to change or add content. But you must remind them that they have to go back and click view mode. The reason for this, if they do not click on the view mode, once they made their edits or contributions, other students will not be able to edit the same page. Now this might look like a setback, but it's really not. A way to get around this is to add pages to your digital board. Simply scroll down and click on the circle, blue circle with the plus in the middle, and you can add pages. That way each student or each group member has their own page they can work on. And of course, other students can add to that page once they click the view mode. So here's an example of some of the work that my students have created. They had to add multiple pages to talk about our story we were reading. That book, what's it called? Augie and Me. And I wanted to know their opinion about how they felt about certain characters, about Julian, about his mother. And so they created this on Discovery Education. They typed it up and they found text features that match their statements. And notice there's different layouts, different backgrounds. This is all of them designing their own page to answer the question. Now on to the assignments. If you have any questions, no, we're good to go. Okay, we're going to continue. So a way that we have used Discovery Education before was to assign certain videos or passages to students to read when they've logged into Discovery Education. In case you don't know how to do that, simply log into Discovery Education, go to your search field. Right now we're studying the water cycle. Type that in. It'll show you videos, passages, interactives that students can use. Click on these three buttons on the passage media, whatever media you've chosen, to get more actions. Then click on Assign if that's the one you want the students to complete. Select your classroom, and it is available for the students to work on. But we're here to talk about the assessment builder, the practice questions. As you know, our district has changed some of their testing policies. And now our class, at least my class, only gets tested twice a year for science instead of every unit, which is a good thing, but then it's a kind of a hassle to get that review in right before the test. So a way to keep that fresh on their minds is to create an assessment builder. The way to do this is to go again into your Discovery Education homepage. On the left-hand side, you're going to scroll down to Builder Tools, which is right above our studio digital board place. On My Builder Tools, here's where you can create your practice assessments or practice questions, or even summative. So to begin, create a practice assessment. Give, of course, your test a name and instructions that you want the kids to read. I tell them they can use their notes depending on which assignment it is or what practice test they're taking. So I'll add that to my instructions here. Save and continue. When you click Save and Continue, make sure you have either created a folder or select one of the folders pre-made for you already. You can just save it into My Content if you don't have other folders. But it's really easy to create a folder. Just simply click Add New Folder, title it. That way you can have quick access to your assessments that you've created. Now that we've saved our assessment, it's time to find items to test or to practice. So if you select all items, it's going to give you any type of media there is. It's going to give you all the test questions, all grade levels, practice and summative categories. So you must use the filtered items drop-down menu to select your grade level, the type of question that you want. For that way, it is developmentally appropriate for your students. So here we have one of 5 questions out of 36 about the water cycle. First question is, where does most of the water in the water cycle come from? So if that's a question you want to test, simply click the blue button that says Add, or scroll through each question and find what you need. There are questions that have images to support visual learners. It depends what your student needs. Once you've selected all of your questions, then it is time to assign the assessment. It's really easy. All you can do is just click the blue button that says Assign, and your students can do this digitally. Or if you want to do it the regular way, you can print out your questions and they can circle the answer, they can draw pictures on it, whatever works for your class and your students. Okay, so I had printed an example I wanted to show you. I actually printed out the questions. I did assign a digital format as well, but I also wanted you to see what it looks like when you print it out. Oh, here we go. So it has a title. It says, please follow the directions. You can use your science notes, but I wanted to show you the graphics that they have. So it's in the format of a CBA, so they get used to the questions and the options. There's another one here with another graphic. So whatever works for your class, whatever you want to do to make sure that they are successful. And that's pretty much it, guys. Do we have any other questions? No? Well, thank you for watching. If you have questions or if you're struggling with getting assignments created or having your students collaborate, feel free to email me at fmgarza@garlandisd.net. Or just let me know how it's working for your class. I would like to know how that's happening for you. I hope you learned a lot and that you enjoyed rediscovering Discovery Education.